Hey, Mark. What has this last 2 weeks been like for you? Is it being traded and then kind of contemplating with your future in hockey and getting traded to the Blackhawks?
Yeah, a little bit crazy, right? Obviously that there's a lot that goes into it, and um, I'm very fortunate, that I think Stan gave me some time to reflect on what I want to do, what was best for me and my family, and yeah, excited now, excited to make the move and try to help the Blackhawks.
When you made that decision and you were going to play for Chicago, what excited you about the organization and kind of this season in general?
Um, a lot, like I never had anything against Chicago, the organization. I think it was just me personally what I wanted to do, and um, I've talked to a bunch of guys and keep hearing always so many great things about the team and how they treat the players and the families. And I thought Stan did a great job to gain some players over the summer, right? And trying to make this team competitive, right away. And that's also very appealing.
We'll next go to Scott Powers with The Athletic. Scott, your line is active.
Hey, Mark, welcome to Chicago. What was your initial reaction? Were you caught off guard by the trade?
A little bit, I think it's right. It's summer. It was that time. It's always a little not scary, but you never know what's gonna happen. And I haven't been traded before, right? So, yeah, I guess so, right? And it is a little surprising.
Did it take you a little bit of time to process it and to begin looking forward and assessing what you wanted to do?
Yeah. I took, like I said, the team was good at giving me a few days to reflect and think about it. And yeah, I'm not just a 22-year-old with a baggage and my luggage to move around, right? So yeah, so it was good to have a few days and think things through, and yeah, that's good.
We'll next go to Phil Thompson with the Chicago Tribune.
Hi, Mark. Welcome to Chicago.
Thank you.
I want to know, who did you talk to about Chicago and what they told you? Was Leonard one of them? Perhaps Matthias Janmark? Any others?
I haven't talked to Yanni. I talked with Lenny a bit this season, or last season when he first came. And then I talked a little bit with Cam Ward, who was there for a season. Chris Kunitz is an old teammate. Craig Adams, another old teammate. Few of the guys on the team I had a chance to talk with too. So that was real nice.
And then, despite the Hawks making some major moves this offseason, they've stated that they're still in a rebuilding phase. You've reached the conference finals, obviously. How do you feel about where the Hawks are in their development and your role in this?
Yeah, I think they still have a lot of young guys, right? But they also gained some experience in the past few seasons here, and they still got some guys that won the cup, right? And then when they get Johnson, who also won a couple with Tampa, and McCabe, who's been around for a while. Seth Jones on D, right? So it's all like I think guys have been around for a little while, that brings little experience, and hopefully all of us together we can contribute every night on a daily basis, and helping the young guys too, right? And making us a good team.
Our next question will come from Ben Pope with the Chicago Sun-Times. Ben, your line's active.
Hi, Mark. Welcome to Chicago.
Thank you.
Have you thought about whether you plan to, move to Chicago with your family? I know that was such a big part of why you didn't want to leave Vegas. Have you decided, what you're going to do as far as that aspect?
Yeah, actually, I was there this weekend, and I went with my wife for a couple of days and look at some houses, look at some schools, and so we have a good plan in place now.
With Kevin Lankinen, it seems like you'll probably be splitting starts with him. Have you talked with him yet? And what will it be like to mentor an up and coming guy like that?
I haven't spoke to him yet. You know, I've watched him play right during the past season, and he seems, I think, to me, he's a very talented goalie, and he's still young, right? And hopefully, I can help him in his development, right? And because it's going to be a crazy schedule, so I think you'll need both guys to play, and that's a good thing, right? And it's a good thing that both of us can play, and hopefully, I can help him, like I said.
Our next question will come from John Dietz with the Daily Herald. John, your line is active.
Hey, Marc-Andre, welcome to Chicago. I'm wondering if you can kind of just give us the specific moment that maybe you decided, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might retire. I'm not sure if I want to go to Chicago. And then, like, what was the moment that you said, all right, I'm going to do this?
I don't know, honestly. It's just sleeping, good night's sleep, right? A couple of those after, like, I think just talking with, like I said, different guys, and talking with the staff, and talking with the family also, right, to see what was good for everyone, and thinking things through. I think it just adds up, and then, like, yeah, I think it's worth it. It's exciting, and yeah, so I don't think it was like one thing that made everything change.
Yeah, so you just kind of woke up one day and said, okay, I'm going to do it. So that's cool. All right, and then just what do you think about playing with, like, I think Jonathan Toews reached out to you, right? So just curious what you think about playing with him and Kane and some of these guys that you've played against, you know, obviously only a couple times, but things like that.
Yeah, looking forward to it. You know, Kane is one of the guys that gave me the most trouble in shootouts, you know, during my career. So looking forward to get to practice with him every day, and have some good battles with him, you know. And you know, I think Toews looks pretty good, and hopefully he goes again. And another guy I got to know over the years, and I think it will be fun. You know, obviously they've been around for a long time. They've had a lot of success, and hopefully I can just do my part to help the team win some games.
Next question will come from Mark Lazarus with The Athletic.
Hi, Mark. You kind of touched on this, but I'm curious about the human side of all this. And, you know, you said this is the first time you've been traded, and you've seen so many other guys get traded. What was it like being on the other side of that, knowing that you're the one suddenly being uprooted and your family being the one?
Yeah, I feel pretty lucky that I didn't have to move so many times. You know, like a lot of guys have to do it, and it's not an easy thing, right? And it's okay. It's stressful, right? It's a process trying to find somewhere comfortable for your family to be in. I feel like a good school, or I don't know. I think there's lots in there for them, right? And I've been very lucky to play for a long time, and I've won too, right? So I feel sometimes I gotta think not about me all the time, right? And but everybody was good with me, you know, playing again, and kids are excited to go, wife's excited to go. So yeah.
You're supposed to get worse with age, but you're coming off maybe your best season ever, your first Vezina. What makes you think you can keep that up for the next year?
I don't know. I changed a few little things, right? But not too much. I think I might not be as fast as I was when I was 20 or something like that. But I think the experience, right, that I've gained throughout those years, and all those games, those practices, and maybe better at reading plays and stuff like that. So I think those are things that help me now. And obviously in Vegas, I had a team that had a very strong defense and that block a lot of shots, right? So sometimes they make me look good.
Our next question will come from Mike Berman with NBC5 in Chicago. Mike, please go ahead with your question.
Hey, Mark, thanks for giving us a few minutes. You were talking about being caught off guard a little bit, understandable being the reigning Vezina winner. How did you find out? Curious, like, how did you find out, and what was it like in that moment?
Just my agent gave me a call, told me it was out on Twitter that I was traded, and yeah, so that's how I found out. I don't have Twitter. I don't have social media, right? So I'm not on there looking things up all the time. And I think he knows that too. So that's why he gave me a call.
Our next question will come from Vince Ascenzia with Fox 5 in Las Vegas. Vince, your line's active. Please go ahead.
Hey, Mark. Obviously, I know, your time here in Vegas, well documented, and talking with your family about the move was important, but I'm curious what the conversations were like with your now former teammates. The theme all, throughout the Golden Knights history has been how close as a group you guys have been. So can you let us in on any of those conversations with some of the guys, and how difficult was that?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't sat down with anybody yet, having a beer, anything like that. So I think, over text, over a few calls, and yeah, I don't know. I think we'll see. Got a wedding this summer, so it'd be nice to see everyone or a bunch of the guys and be able to talk it out. But yeah, it's part of the game, right? And it happens every season, all the time, and guys come in and come out and leave, So yeah, it's never easy, right? Because you see those guys every day, and you become close, you become very good friends, and then you not see much, right? Maybe once or twice a year. So I think that's something that's the side of hockey that's fun.
The next question will come from Ben Gotts with the Review Journal. Ben, your line is now active.
Hey, Marc-Andre. I mean, when you look back at your time in Las Vegas, just what are you going to remember the most from those 4 years?
Oh boy. I don't know. It's tough. There's many good points. We've had success right from day one, and I mean that's something. Coming to Vegas, I didn't know if people were gonna like hockey or come to the game and support us, right, and stuff like that. So, or win any games. So I think the fact that from that first season, our rink was always full. Our practice rink was always full, and people, the atmosphere in the arena at T-Mobile is one of the best. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, and having success, with the team, winning some games, going deep in the playoffs, especially at first season, make it to the final. The people we've met, right, outside of hockey, and stuff. Yeah, teammates, players I played with, right, they get close with guys. You come in a team, you don't know anybody, right? So you make a lot of new friends, and yeah, I've been very fortunate to spend 4 years there.
Our final question in English will come from Joe Brand with WGN Radio. Joe, your line is active.
Hi, Marc-Andre. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Chicago. Everyone that talks about you being a former teammate talks about how great of a teammate you are. Where does your easygoing nature come from, and what's your philosophy on just being on a team and being a good teammate?
Good question. I don't know. I'm very fortunate to do what I do. Something that I love, and get to do with a bunch of guys, right? I think to me, you gotta have good chemistry to win consistently, and gotta have everybody's. You need to have everybody's back, right? Each other's back, and yeah, I love having a good bunch of guys, having some fun with them, and winning. When you win as a group, I think that's when you get closer to, and it's a lot of fun.
And really quick, what did your perception of Chicago, did it change at all from before this move to today? Did you have thoughts about Chicago, and did those really change after talking to so many people?
You mean the city or the team?
Both the organization or the town.
I didn't know the town too much, right? Because I feel like played in the West or in the East, so we didn't play there too much. But you go to the hotel, you go to restaurants close by, right? So I didn't get to venture off too much, but I got to discover the Lincoln Park, Lakeview, all those area. I thought it was nice to see, and I think there's still a lot to be explore. I don't know. So yeah, I think there's a lot of museums and stuff like that too. As far as the team, obviously Chicago was a dominant team for many years, and They kind of the last few, I think they went a little younger, right? They had to move things around, and I think now with the move that they made this summer, they want to get back on the winning side, get back in the playoffs, and that's exciting to me.
Marc, thank you. Now we will transition to French. If you do have questions in French, please utilize the raised hand function on your screen. We'll begin with Philippe Halou from RDS. Philippe, your question, or I should say your line is active. Please go ahead.
Salut Marc-André, oui, Philippe de RDS à Montréal. Dis-moi, est-ce que cette transaction-là qui t'a fait quitter Vegas a été difficile à accepter?
Un petit peu. Écoute, je pense que c'est la première fois que je me faisais échanger. Fait que c'est un peu le choc. Puis après, tu commences à penser à tout ce que tu dois faire, où tu t'en vas pour déménager la famille, puis recommencer ta vie à nouveau ailleurs. Ça fait beaucoup à penser, un peu de stress. Mais présentement, je suis dans une bonne position. Je suis excité d'aller à Chicago et de commencer la prochaine saison.
Tu dis que tu as appris ça un peu par ton agent via Twitter également. Est-ce que tu es amer envers les dirigeants de Vegas de comment ça s'est fait?
Je sais pas, on dirait. J'avais parlé avec eux plutôt en juillet. Il m'a dit qu'il avait parlé avec quelques équipes, mais qu'il ne savait pas ce qu'ils faisaient. Ils ont parlé à mon agent après le repêchage, puis il était encore. Ils ont dit on n'a pas de plan, on ne sait pas encore ce qu'on fait. Puis, d'apprendre dans les médias, c'est différent un peu, mais. C'est la vie, que je n'ai pas pleurer pour ça. C'est correct.
Our next question will come from Jeremy Fiosa with 985 Sports Montreal. Jeremy, your line is active. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much for allowing us to do this. Very much appreciated. Marc-André, tu avais signifié assez clairement que ton intention, c'était de demeurer avec les Golden Knights. Qu'est-ce qui a fait en sorte que finalement, tu as décidé d'accepter ce défi-là, de t'en aller à Chicago, et à quel point ça a été compliqué peut-être de faire accepter ça à ta conjointe et à ta famille?
Pour eux, ça n'a pas été si compliqué. C'est comme j'ai dit tantôt en anglais, je n'ai pas juste ma pensée. J'ai le bien-être de mes enfants aussi, qui des fois sont un peu émotionnels. Puis déménager, commencer, je sais que ça les stresse quand même beaucoup. Une nouvelle école. J'avais encore le désir de continuer à me battre dans la compétition puis à gagner. Je pense que c'est important aussi. Puis, comme je disais, j'étais content que Stan me laisse un peu de temps pour réfléchir à tout ça. Puis, après avoir parlé des joueurs qui ont joué là avant, ou les membres de l'organisation présentement, c'est clair le genre d'équipe comment ils soutiennent leurs joueurs. Puis, aussi, ils ont fait des bons moves, je pense, durant l'été pour s'améliorer aussi. Donc, avoir la chance d'aller dans une équipe qui peut encore gagner, c'est fun aussi.
Peut-être un petit follow-up, si possible. Est-ce que tu t'es remis de la fin de la saison avec les Golden Knights, et est-ce que, selon toi, cette fin de saison-là a quelque chose à voir avec la transaction?
Quand tu parles de la fin de saison, tu parles d'un but ou bien...
Non, la fin de saison,
okay.
Ça s'est terminé avec les Golden Knights à la fin.
Je pense pas, non. Excuse-moi. On était proches, on a une bonne équipe, on était pas loin. Montréal ont bien joué. Mais je pense que le plus gros problème de notre équipe, c'est le cap salarial. C'est ça, je faisais un gros salaire, puis quand tu as deux gardiens qui peuvent jouer, c'est comme... des fois, pour l'équipe, ça fait plus de sens de faire d'un puis avoir la place pour amener d'autres joueurs après.
Marc-Andre, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.